Hi everyone and welcome to our video for today. It's Tuesday the 11th of January. I hope you're enjoying this bright and fresh day and that you are keeping safe and well. Now you may remember in our last video we looked at the passage from Luke's Gospel in which we hear about the lady who weeps at Jesus' feet. She weeps out of love for him because she recognises the extent of forgiveness that Jesus brings her. And we're going to look now at another passage in the Bible, which again looks at a specific person in the Bible and how they respond to recognizing the grace that Jesus brings. And this is from John's Gospel, and it's John chapter 21, and we begin at verse 15. When they had finished breakfast, Jesus said to Simon Peter, "Simon, son of John, do you love me more than these?" He said to him, "Yes, Lord, you know that I love you." Jesus said to him, "Feed my lambs." A second time he said to him, "Simon, son of John, do you love me?" He said to him, "Yes, Lord, you know that I love you." Jesus said to him, "Tend my sheep." He said to him the third time, "Simon, son of John, do you love me?" Peter felt hurt because he said to him the third time, "Do you love me?" And he said to him, "Lord, you know everything. You know that I love you." Jesus said to him, "Feed my sheep." So here we are, Simon Peter, someone who fell well short in the end. It's Simon Peter, who we perhaps know best by the name Peter, who denied Christ 3 times before the cock crowed when he was approached by people and asked, "You knew Jesus, didn't you?" He says, "No, I had never had anything to do with him." And of course he wept bitterly when he realised how short he had fallen. Of course, that denial happens just before Jesus' death, and this exchange happens after the resurrection. Jesus has come back from the dead, and they're sitting on a beach sharing breakfast with other disciples. And Jesus asking Peter, "Do you love me?" And Peter is honestly able to answer yes. And he's able to do that with confidence because he recognizes the extent of forgiveness that Jesus brings. He's been able to let go of his past shortcomings, of how he's fallen short by denying Jesus. He's been able to bury that, to forget about it. He recognizes that Jesus' grace is enough for him to be able to do that. Okay. But this is a little test for Peter from Jesus, just to make sure that he understands that he gets it, the extent of his grace. That's why he asks him 3 times. And it's relevant that Peter begins to feel a little bit hurt because, he's feeling, well, I've moved on, Lord. Have you? But the Lord, he's just testing him. He's just checking that he's got it, that the grace that he brings is enough. And it's the same for each and every one of us. When we fall short, when we feel that we've let Jesus down in one way or another in our lives, it is important to go to him and recognize how we've fallen short and to ask for his forgiveness and to ask for the Spirit to come back into our lives. And once that happens, it's for us to receive that grace, to accept it in all its fullness, and to move on. And we can do that each and every day. We can wake up fresh, knowing that it's a new day and that God's grace through Jesus is ours in all its fullness. And I think it's when we recognize that we can really live our lives freely as the people of God, and we can really serve others and God as best we can, receiving that grace in all its fullness and just letting go of all those shortcomings from the past. God's grace is wonderful. God's grace is full, and God's grace is for each and every one of us. So there we are. That concludes our video for today. I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll speak to you soon. Do take care. I'll give you a wave. For now, bye.